Good morning, everybody. Orange J here with another sort of Convallaria video, and I'm hanging out this weekend solo parenting with Baby J. So if we get a Baby J interruption during this video, I apologize, but I'm logging into the game today, gonna do some playing, and I came across a really interesting Reddit post as I was kind of booting up the game that had a Chinese version tier list on it, like an updated one, and I wanted to go over that, kind of see what we've gotten so far, what seems to have been, at least according to that tier list, and we'll talk about the importance of tier lists a little bit in this video. But according to that tier list, according to tier lists we've already looked at, like, how well have we done in spending, or how well have I done, how well have you done? You'll see what I'm talking about. So anyway, I'm logging in today, boom, this is what I'm thinking about. Here's the tier list that I've always kind of referenced since the launch of the game, right? Your tier 0 characters on here: Coco, August, Homa, Sophia, new Rawia, like the updated Rawia with her very own weapon that we haven't got yet, Gloria, Inanna, Tier, and Beryl. Those have been the only tier 0 characters. Tier 0.5, these are characters for the most part that a lot of people in Global have been using a ton of. Ida, Cole, No Will, yeah, sometimes for sure. Akambe has had a mixed reaction in Global, but still very usable. Anyway, those have been the power players in Global, but here was the Reddit post I saw today. So it's by Kid Gotcha, and I'm going to link this video in the description here. So go watch Kid Gotcha's videos. It's not a creator that I was super familiar with before this post, but I'll be subscribing to him just to, follow the Asian version of this game a little bit closer. But they posted this tier list. Now, before we dive into this at all, I wanted to point out a couple of things. One, the OP Reddit poster does a good job going into and giving their analysis of this tier list. So go read that if you want to. And then I thought the most important comment, right, the one that I upvoted, was this one by Golden J. He said, I agree that people might be missing out on being so tier list focused. Tier lists change with the content, and there's no content that requires certain characters. Yeah, for the most part, I pretty much hard agree with that. Early on, people said Simona was a skip, and she's been my favorite debut banner character. She's just super fun and fun to play. Follow your instincts. This is perfect. This is perfect. And it's very well articulated. Like, you can be a super meta chasing person and do nothing but look at any tier list out there, try to only pull the tier 0 stuff. And I get the draw to do that in gacha games, because in gacha games, you're so limited on your resources unless you're throwing a bunch of money at the game. So if you do want to focus on the top only, that does make sense. That does make sense. However, I do think a more fun way to play the game is play with characters that you like. And the point here about Simona and Beryl is perfect. And like pretty much everybody in this little, in this comments little thread is saying Simona's so much fun. I use her more than Beryl. And that's me. Like, since I pulled Simona, she took kind of Beryl's place in a lot of my teams, even though Beryl is considered a stronger character than her, like on tier list. So now let's dive into this tier list from Kid Gotcha a little bit here. And what I want to do is not analyze this tier list like in terms of do I agree or disagree, but take it for what it is. It's one person's opinion on characters in the game, but if this opinion is good, have I wasted my currency? Have I done a good job? Have I wasted the little bit of money I've had to spend? And now that the content creator program is over, it's all my money now. How well have I done? So tier 0. Okay, so look it up here. Coco is still tier 0. So it looks like that was a good pull. I don't use her a ton, but she does work into a lot of my teams. August, just got him, love him. Just got August, been using him constantly. Sophia, use her all the time, so that one still looks to be good. Inanna, again, Inanna, Gloria, yeah. I mean, those two are still on here. So this, if you invested into those two characters, you're still feeling pretty good according to this tier list. And then Beryl still ranked as that like top tier destroyer character, with Simona still just like one tier below. Now this one uses tier 0, tier 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't matter what you name your tiers. We all kind of know what it means. Oh wait. First Baby J interruption, BRB. Anyway, solo parenting a little bit hard on the weekends when my wife has to work when it comes to content creation. Anyway, so not a lot has changed at the top here. I see Luvita, I think that's her name. This is one of my most, one of the characters I'm most excited for, and I'm happy to see her continuing to be high ranked on, on tier list in terms of upcoming characters. But if we look at this second tier, Cole still there, Ida, Simona still there, Akambe still there, and Momo on there now. So I have basically acquired all of the characters currently acquirable on those first two tiers, and the way they play in Global right now is strong. And so I'm very happy to see that, like, as I have to become a little bit more picky with my polls, at least the stuff I've thrown all my resources at so far is still going to be paying off for me. Now, when I look towards the bottom here, Nungal, and again, translations can be what they are, but Nungal continues to be ranked like mid. And I have to say, like, Nungal is a character that currently in global, and if we look at the old tier list, like the one I used to reference all the time, Nungal has been right there, like in that third tier. Tier 1 on this list, tier 2, or same place basically on both lists. This continues to be a character that I think really highlights this kind of comment. Like, I just love the way that Nungal plays, that you can put her in her own little mode. And sure, let's hop into the game and look at her for a second here, because I think she so perfectly highlights what like the point of all of that was. She's a character, I got her at rank 12, got her at level 60, and her kit is just so cool to me. The fact that you have things like quick reload, which is an instant that makes her like cooldown skill have no cooldown, and you could just drop bombs with it. And then you have, let's see, hold on, where is it? I gotta find it. Sniper stance. I love playing PvE content, taking advantage of sniping stance, where you have a character that where you could take mobility away from them, which mobility is a huge deal in these games. And I can see why when she's in her strongest form, her being unable to move is a knock against her. But being able to throw into sniping stance, do just massive amounts of damage when comboed with people like Ida, who can knock down magic resist. Love it. I love it. I love going for those humongous hits. It's such a fun way to play the game. And again, the beauty of Sword of Convallaria continues to be that you can play how you want. I mean, here you're looking at my account, these level 60 characters. This is who I use basically all of the time, right? And, you know, Coco just a little low on the power ranking, probably because I don't have her equipped with stuff right now, but I still am using Might, Tempest sometime, Angel sometimes. I still work even some of these, you know, some of these epic level characters in. I wish that I used a little bit more like of the Garcias, Rawias of the world. Akambe has been iffy to me. I think about Akambe teams quite a bit, but I do understand the like mixed reaction to him. But I love the fact that so many of these characters are not only usable, it really, that's a weird way of saying it. Maybe what I'm really trying to say is the game allows, the way the game plays allows you, the player, to play the fights in at least slightly different ways most of the time. And that's awesome. That's awesome. I really do hope that Sword of Convallaria continues to go down that road. Whoop, my light just turned off. I hope the Sword of Convallaria continues to encourage the use of a lot of characters. And in so many games that I've played, again, referencing Kid Gotcha's tier list again, tier lists that I've made in the past, for example, for other games, your tier 0 tends to be so small, right? And it's so fragile. What do I mean by that? I mean that a new character comes out, they're instantly overpowered, they're tier 0, and for 2 or 3 months, it's them and maybe some other OP character on tier 0, then some counter to that character comes out. And because the old tier 0 character was so relevant, the counter to them is the new tier 0 and instantly knocks almost everything else down a tier. And so on other games, your mid tiers, your tier 2, 3, are jam-packed with characters that kind of work. Your tier 1 has maybe like 10, 15 characters in it, you know, sort of like this tier 1 does. And then your tier 0 is a desert with like 1 character or 2 characters in it. Sword of Convallaria, it continues to be a feather in the cap of this game that so many characters are playable, and even so many characters considered top tier. Okay, guys, that's it for today's video. Baby J did a pretty good job, only interrupted once during that. So thank you all for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.